The last 10 nights, Laylat Al Qadr, and what actually matters.
إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر.
Why these nights decide everything. The last 10 nights arrive quietly. No announcement, no guarantee, no certainty.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la.
Yet they carry more weight than most of our lives combined.
O Allah, forgive us. You are the pardoner, the generous, and you love to forgive, so forgive us.
Because somewhere within these nights is Laylat Al Qadr, a night better than 1,000 months, a night people wait for, a night people search for, a night many misunderstand, because too many people reduce the last 10 nights to a guessing game. Which night is it? Did I feel something? Was it this one? But the last 10 nights were never meant to be hunted emotionally. They were meant to be lived intentionally. Laylat Al Qadr is not found by excitement. It is reached through consistency, through showing up when the body is tired, through praying when motivation is low, through asking when words feel heavy.
Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Ya Allah, please grant us the good of this night.
These nights are not about perfection. They are about priority. What do you protect when time is limited? What do you sacrifice when comfort competes? Because Allah did not hide Laylat Al Qadr to confuse us. He hid it to pull effort out of us, to separate routine worship from sincere worship, to reveal who shows up consistently and who only waits for signs. So this is not a video about chasing one perfect night. This is about understanding what actually matters across all 10. Because those who take the last 10 nights seriously do not leave Ramadan unchanged. They leave lighter, clearer, and closer. Chapter 1. What the last 10 nights really are. The last 10 nights are not an extension of Ramadan. They are its core. Everything before them was preparation. Everything within them is decision. Many people misunderstand these nights because they misunderstand effort. They think the last 10 nights are about intensity, about doing more, about pushing harder. But the last 10 nights are not about quantity. They are about priority. What rises to the top when time becomes limited? Ramadan slowly removes distractions. Food is reduced, sleep is shortened, comfort is interrupted. By the last 10 nights, very little is left to hide behind. This is intentional, because sincerity appears when excuses disappear. The last 10 nights expose motivation, not through emotion, but through consistency. Who shows up again after exhaustion? Who continues when no one is watching? These nights are not meant to feel special. They are meant to be treated as special. Feelings fluctuate. Effort remains. This is why Laylat Al Qadr was hidden within them, not as a puzzle, but as training. If one night was announced clearly, many would wait. They would delay worship. they would negotiate effort. But by spreading reward across the last 10 nights, Allah trains consistency. He rewards presence, not calculation. The last 10 nights also teach humility, because fatigue removes pride. You no longer worship from strength. You worship from need. And worship from need is closer to sincerity than worship from confidence. These nights are not designed to impress others. They are designed to empty you, to reduce your reliance on self and increase your reliance on Allah. This is why the last 10 nights feel heavy and sacred, because they compress what the heart avoids for the rest of the year. When these nights arrive, the question is not, which night is Laylat Al Qadr? The real question is, who are you becoming across all 10? Because Laylat Al Qadr is not reached by accident. It is reached by alignment. Alignment between intention, effort, and humility. The one who understands what the last 10 nights really are does not chase signs. They build consistency, and consistency is what these nights reward. Chapter 2. Laylat Al Qadr. What it is and what it is not. Laylat Al Qadr is the heart of the last 10 nights, but it is not separate from them. It was never meant to be isolated. It was meant to be pursued. Laylat Al Qadr is described as better than 1,000 months, not because it feels powerful, but because Allah placed weight within it. Angels descend. Mercy spreads is less than #0. 5# is greater than, and decrees are written. This night carries consequence, but it does not announce itself. And that is intentional. Many people approach Laylat Al Qadr as a moment to detect. They look for signs, unusual emotions, a sudden calm, a feeling of certainty. But Laylat Al Qadr was never promised to be felt. It was promised to be rewarded. This is a critical distinction, because feelings are unreliable. Effort is not. Laylat Al Qadr is not found by heightened emotion. It is reached by sustained devotion. The Prophet intensified worship in the last 10 nights, not on one night, not when signs appeared, but consistently. This tells us something important. Laylat Al Qadr is approached through preparation, not reaction. The purpose of hiding the night was never to confuse believers. It was to protect sincerity. If the night were known, many would delay worship. They would ration effort. They would worship selectively. But by concealing it, Allah rewards those who show up fully. Those who treat every night as potentially decisive. Laylat Al Qadr also reframes value. One night outweighs decades. This teaches that sincerity is not measured by duration, but by alignment. A single night, aligned with humility and effort, can outweigh years of routine worship. This is why Laylat Al Qadr is not about exhaustion, is less than #0. 5# is greater than, it is about focus. You are not asked to do everything. You are asked to do what matters. Prayer with presence. Dua with honesty. Qur'an with reflection. Laylat Al Qadr does not belong to the strongest. It belongs to the sincere. To those who return nightly, even when tired, even when distracted, even when nothing feels special. Because the value of Laylat Al Qadr is not in recognition, it is in response. And those who respond consistently do not miss it, even if they never know which night it was. Chapter 3. What actually matters in the last 10 nights? The last 10 nights strip worship down to essentials. Everything extra falls away. What remains is what truly matters. The first thing that matters is consistency, not intensity for one night. Not sudden motivation, but showing up every night, even briefly, even imperfectly. Because Allah values return more than display. The second thing that matters is presence, not how long you stand, but how present you are while standing. A short prayer with attention outweighs long prayer without heart. The last 10 nights do not reward motion, they reward awareness. The third thing that matters is dua, not rehearsed words, but honest ones. Dua that comes from fatigue, from fear, from hope. These nights invite asking without polish, without pride, without pretending strength. The fourth thing that matters is Qur'an, not speed, not volume, but reflection. A single verse that corrects behavior outweighs pages that pass unheard. The Qur'an in these nights is meant to confront, to remind, to recalibrate. The fifth thing that matters is restraint, not only from food, but from distraction. The last 10 nights are not compatible with noise. Endless scrolling dulls attention. Idle talk fractures focus. Restraint creates space. The sixth thing that matters is humility. These nights favor the tired, the unsure, the one who knows they are lacking. Worship from weakness is closer to sincerity than worship from confidence. What matters most is not the schedule. It is the direction. You may not stand all night. You may not complete long recitations. But if your heart is turned fully, that alignment is decisive. The last 10 nights are not a competition. They are a clearing. A space where excuses lose power, where sincerity becomes visible. This is why Laylat Al Qadr is reached through simplicity, not complexity. Those who focus on what matters do not burn out. They settle. They become quieter, more deliberate. Because when the heart is aligned, effort becomes lighter. And the one who understands what actually matters is less than #0. 5 is greater than does not chase every opportunity. They protect the essential ones. Chapter 4. How to leave the last 10 nights changed. The last 10 nights do not end with exhaustion. They end with direction. Many people leave these nights tired, but unchanged, because they focused on action without intention. The goal of the last 10 nights is not to survive them. It is to exit them differently than you entered. The first sign of change is clarity. By the end of these nights, you should know what matters less. Distractions lose appeal. Excuses feel heavier. And priorities become obvious. The second sign of change is restraint. Not forced restraint, but natural restraint. Things that once pulled you no longer have the same grip. This is not discipline, it is clarity. The third sign of change is consistency. Not dramatic worship, but repeatable worship. A prayer that stays. A habit that remains, even when structure disappears. Because Ramadan always ends. But what you carry forward decides whether it mattered. The last 10 nights teach sustainability. They show you what you can actually maintain. This is why sincerity matters more than volume. Because sincerity survives when energy fades. Another sign of change is how you ask Allah afterward. Your dua becomes clearer, less scattered, more honest. You stop asking for everything and start asking for what aligns you. The last 10 nights also change how you see time. You become more careful with it, more selective, less willing to waste it on what drains you. This is not temporary awareness. It is recalibration. The nights also teach humility. You realize how little effort it takes to drift, and how much intention it takes to stay aligned. So, leaving the last 10 nights changed does not mean feeling accomplished. It means feeling guarded, protective of what you gained, protective of the softness in your heart. The believer who benefits most from the last 10 nights is not the one who did the most. It is the one who lost the least afterward. Because the true success of Laylat Al Qadr is not recognition. It is continuation. And the one who leaves these nights with clearer priorities, simpler worship, and stronger restraint has not missed anything. What we have learned. The last 10 nights are not about chasing one night. They are about building consistency across all 10. We learned that Laylat Al Qadr is not identified by emotion. It is reached through effort, through returning night after night, even when the body is tired and motivation is low. We learned that sincerity matters more than volume. Short prayer with presence outweighs long prayer without heart. We learned that dua in these nights is not performance, is less than #0. 5# is greater than, it is honesty. Asking without polish, asking without pride, asking without pretending strength. We learned that the Qur'an is not meant to be rushed. It is meant to correct. One verse that changes behavior outweighs pages that pass unnoticed. We learned that restraint is not only from food, it is from distraction. Because silence creates space for sincerity to appear. We learned that the last 10 nights are not designed to exhaust us. They are designed to align us, to clarify priorities, to remove what does not matter, to strengthen what must remain. And most importantly, we learned that the success of Laylat Al Qadr is not knowing which night it was. It is leaving the last 10 nights with a heart that stayed softer, a worship that became simpler, and a direction that became clearer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us. These nights are a gift, and gifts deserve protection. May Allah accept every sincere effort made in the last 10 nights. May He accept our prayer, our dua, and our quiet struggles that no one else saw. May He allow us to carry forward what truly mattered, not just through Ramadan, but beyond it. Until next time, stay intentional. Ramadan Mubarak.